Hey fellas, Rusty coming at you. Today we're going to be taking a look at a case trapper made prior to 2000, and generally you can tell by this shield. I'm calling it the case block shield, and if we were to look at the dots, you would see one dot. It's going to be hard on these, but the tank stamp should be showing you that. Now, this knife is in, I would say, a case fan favorite, and that is chestnut bone. Kind of a standard jigging here, and I think this side is really well done. Fit and finish, very good. I do have a comparison knife here, so we'll bring that out in a bit. And this backside is just a little bit too dark. We get some chestnut in this area here and down here. So hopefully you guys can see that bone, which I still think is excellent. I like the jigging on these. And how are we doing here? So blade centering looks like the clip point is to the show side. So let's go ahead and open this up. Again, there's your tank stamp. And I'm not really sure where you have to be to see that dot. I would call this one, man, it's about a 9 on condition. I don't think it was used. And I think as far as from the factory, looking pretty good. We got a little tiny stepping, which you can feel right there. Now this knife again would be about 26 years old. So we're doing all right there. I'm going to keep this out for a second just to bring out my comparison knife. And if I remember right, this is a 2023 case and mahogany bone. So we're going to compare mahogany to chestnut. And since I've seen them both together, I think the mahogany is more red and the chestnut has more orange in it. This would be peach seed jigging, so we're going to kind of compare how the difference in the jigging, and just kind of remember there is 20 plus years between them. I think this one's a 2023, and so they have a dumb, what we'll call a blade etch right here instead of a stamp, tang etch. Lucky enough, these ones came with a XX shield and carbon steel. And mine is carbon steel, not chrome vanadium. Well, it's not marked CV. So let's take a peek. Has the clip point changed throughout the years? Yes. And I do think that this has more of a, what we call a cant down. So coming off the back of this, that blade tends to go straight out. And coming off the back of this, it tends to go down. So I do have some patina on my carbon. I might clean it up. And okay, action's about the same. Chestnut on the bottom, mahogany on top. And one thing I think, brown is a real kind of a traditional color with case knives. I mean, red's to me kind of like a celebratory, meaning they did the centennial knives, 1889 to 1989 knives, and red. And blue, kind of the same thing, just a little fancy and stuff, but red and brown is a very classic almost to the point of being formal. You know, it would work for, nobody's really going to complain. Your actual users are okay with brown, and I think Case makes some great looking brown bone. So here is how this one's looking, and here is how this one's looking. So you can definitely see kind of a cant down, pretty smooth. I'd say they're very comparable in build quality. I think this one might be just a tad better, and that's just kind of what, based upon how that action feels. So anyway, we'll keep this one short. As I normally do, I kind of mention what I paid for this. This was a buy it now for 59 bucks, and I just had to do it. I have a few other chestnut bones with this Case XX shield from the mid and late 90s. So I'm very glad to have a trapper on. I wish the backside was a little more orange, but that's a pretty front side. So thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great day.